YAJFM, YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
What's up, spiritual brothers and sisters, on a quarantine Saturday? First, I'd like to say by saying I miss you deeply, my kids and my grandchildren. Happy birthday to my boy Spliff and Jesse Jennings. Happy birthday! And before I get into the show, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. To me, has this not been the longest month ever? And for me, because everybody tends to forget, this whole pandemic started 2 weeks into March. And when I do this entire show tonight, the reason why Antonio's not here, Veronica Rose is not here, it's just me and Bradley. But when I want to do the show, I'm doing it for a reason. So I'm by myself tonight. But the reason why is because when I got my papers that clearly says I'm allowed to come outside and make deliveries, this is real. You cannot hide it. You can no longer deny it. This is real. And if you're still in delusion that this is not real, this is what we've been talking about all along. You cannot say God ain't real. You can't say the devil ain't real. You can't say whatever the hell everybody makes excuses for. The Big Bang Theory. All that is crap. What I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell is this. And it's quite obviously a lot of you did not respond to what we did on the Republicans are running the Senate. The reason why I wanted that title is this. When the stimulus packet was being talked about, everybody either forgot or we're too busy still being negative that the Democrats are running the House. The Republicans are running the Senate. You have to be a moron not to understand that. So when the negative publicity came out for the Democrats, this is what we've been talking about all along on the show. There's a big picture that you all ain't getting. And we're being held back by these moronic idiots who ain't getting it, who don't want to get it, who refuse to get it. When they implement martial law, this ain't for a pandemic. This is for control. You're not going to be allowed outside unless you have this letter. Remember, they've been talking about putting chips inside of us for a long time. And now they have a reason to. So they can account for everybody, even though we call that the 2020 census. I've sat many days thinking that my mind or I was stupid or I was ignorant or I didn't understand. But for some strange reason, I knew there was a bigger picture at hand where it's not about me saying life is going to end or be like the church. Oh, God is now coming. No, man, this is the reality of things. You've watched every movie. You've seen every TV show. You've understood all these books and you still can't put it together. It's starting to make sense when all I'm saying is this. I'm trying to tell you a story that has already been told. And for some strange reason, the powers may be, you're not getting it. At some point, it's called Beam Me Up Scotty because they refuse to listen. So that's why I have a hard time understanding the Bible. Because it's not about people rescuing somebody or rescuing a nation or rescuing a state or country or whatever. There's a whole lot of damn motherfucking idiots. And I'm sorry to say that. There's a whole lot of idiots. And I cannot believe that you rather be imprisoned than be free. If you're not understanding where I'm going with this, then I don't know what to tell you. Because the whole thing about it is this. I've told you for 2 years that I've been on the show, there's a bigger picture. There's bigger things at play. There are people at play that is beyond your sight. The see will see. The hear will hear. And listen will listen. And when you put that all together is there's something better or greater than you. If you ain't paying attention, you're going to get swept up in the flood. I'm going to tell you like this. I'll put it to you this way. Revelations 12. It says about the woman will give birth. Believe it or not, our ancestors were more astronomers who had to read the stars. And what I'm trying to tell you is if you're not understanding, the Bible is not just, God can tell you in so many forms about what's about to happen to you. And again, you refuse to listen. God bought you a boat because the river was overflowing the house. You didn't want that. God bought you a helicopter. Put down a ladder. You didn't want that. And I forgot how the joke goes or how the story goes. But what I'm trying to tell you is this. In the stars, Google Map, 2017, September 23rd day, the woman appeared. Just like in Revelations 12. I'm not going to do, I did my own research. You do yours. The woman has already appeared with the great dragon. We're thinking it's a person. It's been the stars. God always told Moses to look up. God told Abraham to look up. God told everybody to look up. He didn't say look down. He said look up. Look up in the sky. Look up in the stars. I'm in the mountain. God has always been up high. God's never been down low. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to tell you and just give you a bird's eye view on your listening skills. Because it's obviously you can't see it's a pandemic that came from another place that's finally moved on. Even when Antonio broke it down to me, regardless if it's man-made or not, if it's money or not, whatever it may be, regardless of the fact, China's already went through it, even though they're the one that started it. But yet we're still too busy crying about other things. When are you going to get it through your thick picture? Thick picture. When are you going to get it through your thick head? I'll give you a prime example. All you people who's buying all this bleach because you're trying to be clean. Okay, when this is all over with, what's going to happen? You're going to go back to being nasty again? Or you actually going to clean up behind yourselves? Because sometimes cleaning up doesn't mean cleaning up the physical aspect. It means clean up everything around you. Emotionally, mentally. Sometimes cleaning doesn't have to be physical. Anybody ever thought about that? No, we're too busy stuck in a box. Way too busy stuck in a box. And the reflection of people not listening, they'd rather listen to somebody else who might give them the bad advice. Anybody see The Day After Tomorrow? And what did the cop say? He threw his weight around, thought he knew what he said, or what he knew what was going on, and he ended up dying. After the kid told him, don't go out there. Don't go out there because you're going to die. My father said, he said, I'm the police around here. Look at everybody that has died in every movie. It was either a know-it-all, selfish, who didn't care about nobody but themselves, and always first to die because they knew better than somebody else instead of everybody working together as a group. I could sit here and lay out a whole plan of what I think because it's obviously churches ain't doing anything. They're going to keep preaching about God is coming. The Lord is coming. Now, how about this? How do you not know God ain't sick of all of us? And our greatest weapon is each other. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe God's sick of us. What do we do all day? We kill, complain, murder, rape, lie, steal, cheat. We commit the daily sins all day long, whether you think you're Christian or not. Remember, demons are the only ones who can't read a Bible, but those, which is angels that, was cast out, according to the Bible, they could. They can read the Bible because they were still angels, no matter how heinous they were or how evil they became. When you break down the Bible and you keep allowing somebody to read it for you, the whole thing about the Bible is this. It was written in Hebrew, not English. So why is somebody over here trying to teach you about a Bible they don't understand? Who's to say Jesus is coming? Because obviously, if he was coming, and I'm not mocking anything, I'm just telling you, if Jesus was coming, why are we killing each other? Why are we killing each other? Why we think we gotta be better than someone else? If there's Abraham said it, there's plenty. But for some reason, ever since the dawn of Adam, we got this nasty streak about us. I didn't ask for it. Not once did I ask for this nasty little streak in man. So maybe Lucifer was right. Maybe the devil was right. Maybe sin is right. Because how are we God's perfect little children, and yet we're so damn evil, so damn selfish. We only worry about ourselves. We only care about ourselves. So why are you worried about this pandemic? You think I'm done with this story? By far, I'm not. Because at some point in your life of yours, you're going to get the picture before it's too late. At some point. Because when is it going to hit? When you see a tank rolling by? Or when you see somebody with an M16 looking at you going, aren't you supposed to be inside? You think this is the only time this is going to happen? It's going to happen again. And this time, it's going to be worse than before. Probably than the Spanish flu. Probably than the Black Plague. And it's going to wipe out a third of the earth. That's man's intention. And if you can't see that, it's time to start cutting people loose. And start worrying about your family. Worry about people who are true. And it's not even about being Christian. Start calling yourself God's child. It's not about being Christian or Christianity, but you are God's child. He did birth all of us, regardless how heinous you are, how ignorant you are, how selfish you are. It took me a long time to understand all this. It really did. It truly did. It took me a long time to understand all this. But the thing I understand is I'm tired of people telling me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. When I got my piece of paper, I signed my piece of paper, and it clearly states I can come outside and go deliver on them days if it is martial law. You got yours? When you have to stay in house because you're being quarantined, do you got your paper? That's how I knew it was real. They said it on the news. If you ain't got your paper, you're not supposed to be outside. Yeah, who showed up tonight? Because I'm not done with this. I'm by far not done with this at all. And I don't care if you listen to me or not. It's not my point. You can listen to whoever you want to listen to. But I'm telling you, everybody is going to be quarantined, and it's going to happen. Kari, Chris, Anna. Oh, hey, Woodbreaker, how you doing? Kayla, Laura, Leon, Sandra, Susie. What up, Susie? Brian, Kevin, and Trish. I was going to call him Trish.
And say, Ani, say hi.
Hi, Ani. Hi, baby. I miss you, honey. I'm sorry Grandpa can't come see you. I'm down some days. I'm only working 3 days a week. But, guys, like I said, I'm not done with the story because I want you all to understand this before I go. That I'm taking God and Jesus out the equation. And I'm just doing this as a mere man. If you cannot put on your thinking skills and listening skills and see beyond what's truly happening, you're the one that's going to get swept up in the flood. Because remember, it's not that these stories aren't true in the Bible, but think about this for a moment. Noah told people for 3 years the flood was coming. They laughed. They mocked. They told him he was crazy. He didn't know anything. He built the flood and kept telling them, built the ark and told them for 3 years that it's going to happen. 3 years, 10 years, something like that. Just bear with me. But he kept telling them for how many years that, come on, help out, get in here before it's too late. God said, and I love this part, close the door. When that door closes, they will all perish. Noah gave them every opportunity to get on that boat, even when the rain started. He gave them every opportunity. Selfish, arrogant, foolish. Sounds familiar? Everything that we are our ancestors. Everything that we have become is because of our ancestors. We inherit that stupid gene. But when someone tells you to get on this boat, whether or not it happens, just might want to go ahead and do it. Because when that door closed and when it lifted off the ground, can you imagine the horror when the water started rising and rising? The rain kept getting harder and it stayed longer. 40 days and 40 nights of nothing but water rising. Could you imagine? Because why? When you got nothing to sit on, nothing to stand on, and it's nothing but water, and the more you try to swim, all of a sudden, can you imagine? You have nothing to hold on to. And don't forget, in the Middle East, there wasn't a lot of trees. It was nothing but sand and dirt. Oh, dirt and more dirt. So imagine as the waters keep rising, you got nothing to hold on to, and now you're starting to see the boat lift off the ground. Because remember, he never moved the boat. The boat just lifted off the ground because it was a boat. I don't care how you want to interpret the story, but just like the Titanic, everybody, always, if you have ever been in that moment in life, you have that split-second decision. You either choose right or you choose wrong. And it might cost you and it might not. But sometimes that's God's way of telling you, hey, I told you to get on the boat and you chose not. That's your fault. So if you feel that this pandemic or this virus is too much for you, stay at home. Somebody else joined?
2.
Corey and Tommy.
Tammy.
Oh, Tammy, my bad. Guys, I'm out. You have a great weekend. I'll see you on YouTube Tuesday. And now that I'm getting some rest, I'm going to go ahead and try to do these videos that I want to do. Exercises for a fat man. And I will see you on YouTube Tuesday. And when I get down to it, oh, come on there.
YAJFA. YAJFA.
A little delay.
YAJ.
Guys, I'm just telling you, I'm far from done. I don't need to preach, and I'm not going to because you ain't going to listen anyway. So, but I'm trying to keep you informed spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Trying to do the best I can, man. That's all I can do. Oh, I got nothing. All right. See y'all YouTube Tuesday.
Welcome to YAJ.
Goodbye.
Welcome to YAJ.